Good morning, Kate Kelly, week of December 28th. Today, the goal is what we can learn from cold, if you will. Recognizing hazard symptoms. Know how to prevent and respond to cold exposures in the first place. Applicable regulations falls under the General Duty Clause, under the OSHA standard. Exposure to cold, indoors or outdoors, can be harmful and even fatal. Frostbite. Body tissue may freeze when the exposure to extreme cold touches a very cold object. The nose, ears, cheeks, and toes are your greatest risk. Worst cases may cause permanent tissue damage, loss of movement in affected parts, and possibly unconsciousness or even death with from heart failure. Damage may be greater if the body part is thawed than refrozen. Believe that or not. Hypothermia. Exposure to cold may send body temperature to dangerous low levels. It may occur in above freezing temperatures when it's windy and or you're exhausted or wearing wet clothes. Worst cases can lead to unconsciousness or even death. Factors that increase the risk of frostbite and hypothermia include age, overweight, smoking and drinking, certain medications, allergies, poor circulations, victims, failure to recognize symptoms and take the prompt action in the first place. Reducing the risk of exposure to extreme cold. Avoid bathing, smoking, or drinking alcohol before going into cold conditions. Wear layers of loose, dry clothing. If possible, wear wool underneath and waterproof layer on top. Always cover hands, feet, face, and head for cold temperatures. An uncovered head can make the body lose up to 40% of the heat. Change and get dry immediately if you have wet clothing. Keep moving while working in the cold. Take regular breaks if it's possible and your company allows for it at K. Kelly. Move to warm, and when you start to feel very cold or numb, have a warm, alcohol-free, caffeine-free drink. Recognize frostbite and hypothermia symptoms. Include feeling extremely cold and numb, possibly tingling, aching, and pain. While white or grayish yellow glossy skin, which may blister. Confusion. The failing eyesight or shock as a condition progresses. Hypothermia symptoms include chills, shivering, numbness, and sometimes pain to the extremities. Slurred speech, poor coordination, confusion, and otherwise, and drowsiness. Respond quickly to frostbite and hypothermia symptoms. Act immediately when symptoms develop. Prevent serious problem. Move to a warm place. Replace frozen wet clothing and tightness with warm clothes and blankets. Drink warm beverage without alcohol or caffeine. Get medical help if necessary. Take first aid measures. Warm the frozen part immediately with blankets and or warm, not hot water. Avoid touching the frozen part. Don't rub or hit it. Don't break blisters. The extreme body part, once it's warm, but don't walk on frostbite feet. Take first aid actions. Cover the victim with blankets and the next person to give body heat. Don't give hot baths or electric blankets or use hot water bottles. Keep the person awake. Get emergency help if needed. In conclusion, dress and move to prevent frostbite and hypothermia. Act immediately if you or someone around you experiences any symptoms. So I brought this up because just recently I've seen many people who are not prepared. So I ask you, prepare yourself, know what the temperatures are going to be, and take the appropriate action. It's my message for the week. I want to take this time to wish all of you an absolute great, healthy, and safe new year. Till next week, take care.